Who is gonna get exposed tonight?
Every Namibian is entitled to my opinion.
Today, we are discussing whether the Namibian newspaper is becoming too much of a gossipy newspaper, okay? Before we get into this story, I just want to make one thing clear. Guys, you need to put respect on my name. Let's go. Actually, I feel like I'm the one that made gossip seem cool. I brought gossip to the mainstream, and every other media outlet out there is starting to report on gossip. Shashi, I remember before I came into the game, the Namibian newspaper never used to report on this type of stories and they'll gossip and think, Only after I came into the game, because you guys know most I'm a trendsetter. So they saw my growth on my YouTube channel and how I'm all over the country. They were like, no, there's a market for gossip and whatsoever. Yes, so I feel like I'm guilty. I'm guilty as charged. You guys have me to blame for that. Anyways, today I went on Instagram, got a couple of people, and we debated whether the Namibian newspaper is turning into a gossipy something. Please listen to it and watch it, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed it, because I'll be doing this more often. Some topics I discuss and hear other people's opinion. And this is the first episode of TikTok. Is the Namibian newspaper becoming too much of a gossipy magazine? Listen to it and tell me what you think of it. But I had a lot of fun making this. The Namibian newspaper has recently been getting slammed for becoming too much of a gossipy newspaper because they started to cover gossip stories about celebs. Because the Namibian newspaper is known for very serious issues like corruption, politics, serious issues. Now people are getting annoyed because they've been no lies, no shade. They've honestly been printing stories or running stories on gossip, things that is not whatever. Now, I want to ask you guys your opinion. Let's start with Chester. Is the Namibian newspaper becoming too much of a gossipy newspaper? Is it bad? And what should they do about it? Okay, Chester, let's wait for you. Let's go to Mia, because Mia, can you please say something to us? Just wait for Mia, and then you can join at the end. Mia?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. What do you
Can you
think on the
guys hear
topic
me?
at hand? Yes, we can hear you very well.
Okay. So what I basically think is, yeah, they're becoming way too much of a gossipy newspaper instead of becoming a newspaper that is there to deliver things that are relevant. You understand? So for instance, in today's world, our country is, it's not doing well. There are a lot of things as Namibians we need to know, but the newspaper is not giving us that platform. They're busy spreading, putting up nonsense that we already know of, or certain things that are just so irrelevant to be in the newspaper. You understand? Like for instance, we already have this on my juice and all those other people that are giving us the juice. So I don't understand them putting other things that just don't make sense in the newspaper.
Can I quickly interrupt you something here? Here's the thing, man. The Namibian newspaper is supposed to cater to all of us. Here's the thing. I'm sorry, there's somebody like me that really I don't care about politics. I don't care about the Cora Awards. I'm not gullible, but it's just not my cup of tea. I love gossip. Because the Namibian newspaper is not only for politics, it's for everyone. What about them doing those stories to cater to people like me that love me some gossip? What's your point on that?
My point on that is, okay, they can do that, but they shouldn't. Okay, if they have to do that, then they shouldn't use the Namibian platform. At least they can create a little underdog under that, and then they use that. You see, because now,
Yes, yes.
yeah,
Thank
because now
you.
you
I love.
find it, me. It's the Namibian newspaper, the main page, and then they put in those irrelevant stories, and you're just like, what the hell is this? You know, it's just
No. Yes.
I don't, they
Yes.
can do it, but they should
Yes.
use another little underdog under the number.
Yes. Okay, Mia, your point is very much clear. And what is your opinion? Do you honestly think they're becoming too much of a gossipy? And what can we?
Oti.
No, I don't think so. In the first place, what is the purpose of a newspaper in the country?
Mhm, mhm.
Honestly, I don't think so. It's becoming gossipy. Because it was supposed to give any information that is happening in the country. So the only problem that may come inside it's only that if the Namibian newspaper is taking any side of it, the story. That's all. But if it's reporting stories that are happening in Namibia, that's not a problem.
So you think
That's what I
it
think.
should? So it should also report on celebrity stuff like socialites when they're having issues. They should really report on that for the Namibian newspaper. Really.
Yes, that's a fact.
Okay, Mia, do you want to say something to the boy, to him, or what's your take on that? What he said?
Okay, yeah. Okay, he has his point. So, in caution to that, I would just like to, what basically can I say? Okay, let me leave him with this. Okay, he's saying that the newspaper is not becoming a gossipy newspaper and all this. But now, what is the main purpose of the newspaper? Because for me, I believe the main purpose of a newspaper is to be informative and to deliver to the nation. You understand? We need relevant information. You can't be posting about DJ Castro Slay Queens. What the hell are we doing with those people? You understand? Our kids are reading newspapers daily. So now our kids have to grab a newspaper, read Ben Okucha. Oh, DJ Castro and Sandri broke up. What does that have to do with celebrity life? They can leave that. That's what I'm saying. If they have to come up with something, they can come up with a little baby just under the Namibian for gossip, and that would help to differentiate between the newspaper and the gossip side of the newspaper. So basically, what the newspaper needs to do is they need to go back to the drawing board, find out what is it that the people really want in order to make their newspaper sell. Because now they're putting in things that are not relevant. That's why their newspapers are also failing to sell.
Okay, Chester, I want Chester to come and rebut. I want him to rebut Mia. Chester.
Okay, actually, what you have to put in mind is that the Namibian newspaper, it's a business. It's a business, and it have to produce eye-catching information, eye-catching news. So for a person to buy a newspaper, they have to check where first, and the cover page. That's what shows the news inside. So if the cover page is not showing or is not consisting of eye-catching news, what are you really going to buy the newspaper?
I hear you. I get
Are
your
we
point.
together?
Like basically, basically it's a business, and they want to. What sells more? Gossip is selling more, so they started to include gossip to sell to more people. It's one of the points that I wanted to make to rebut these two people here, because yes, Chester, you took my point. Mia, are you there? Can I quickly just
I'm
say something?
here.
Then you rebut me, because I want to quickly just say the thing there. Here's the thing, as Chester said, the Namibian newspaper is a business, and they need what sells. So I'm sorry, but not everybody, honestly, not everybody cares about the JPF stolen millions or whether Gengop is involved in the fish rot or not. We want to know, is Benny David's wedding off? Is Delish dating really at the bio? And that is what will persuade me to cater to me, because I think before they were only catering to your market of you people that are into politics. And secondly, as I said, it comes to that. Not everybody cares about politics. I honestly could care less about politics. I want gossip. And if I'm going to buy a newspaper, I have to see Sendri cheated on DJ Castro. That will make me buy a newspaper. But even if you write Gengop is involved in the fish rot, I could care less and I'll move along. And thirdly, my point is, here's the thing, guys. In other countries outside Namibia, we've got what we call tabloid journalism, where it's basically just celebrity gossip. It's done all over the other countries. Why are people complaining about it now that it's happening here? Because we are bringing what's outside there in here. Even in South Africa, they've got the Daily Sun. It's like it's literally a tabloid thing. They've got the politics side, and then they've got the tabloid section of it. I'm sorry, but I don't have a problem with it. Mia, respond to me, rebut me.
In Namibia, you see, Hoti, and in Namibia, one thing that Namibians are afraid of is change.
Mm.
That's what people are afraid of. So as the Namibian is now diverting to gossip, people are like, no, they're not supposed to be doing that and that and that. That's why for me, I'm not also against that. But what I'm basically saying is if they come up with that, that baby under the Namibian that can cater for gossip, then that will do them good. It will do them good. It can also help the newspaper sell because they can put it in the newspaper, but then it will be different. It's not gonna be the Namibian. They can they can find a name for it.
Yes.
And then it's
Mia.
gonna be easy. It's still gonna sell.
And Mia, because we are just we are all looking up to you. Because give us your final words, your final words.
Okay. So
You may not get the agent.
okay, so my final words on this topic is yeah. So yeah, my final words will simply be that the Namibian can change. They can, move on to gossip, but they should come up with, under a baby under the Namibian, something different from the newspaper, just to, avoid this mishaps with the people. So, and also they can go back to the drawing board because I feel like they are now posting irrelevant issues, and we are here trying to build the nation. We want relevant issues, things that can be solving. And there are a lot of youth out there that also, if they need, advice, there are a lot of youth out there. They can create something that the youth can come along and say, you know what, the Namibian, you can do this and this and this. It's still gonna sell. The Namibian is a good newspaper. They will never, go out of the market. They're a good newspaper. All they need to do is go back to the drawing board, find a new strategy that can help them sell. Like I said, they can come up with that. They won't have any problems.
No, thank you, guys, Mia and everyone else. Thank you for joining me on this live.
Expose, expose, expose.